Wallidan or Medina versus Wallidan, a young, vibrant, iconic Medina team located at the airport complex established now 6 years ago, turned doubters to believers after getting the FFO crown in the first time of asking. Today, meeting a Wallidan team as per the archives established back in 1969, won more league titles than any other Gambian team, 16 occasions, won the FF Cup than any other Gambian team on 24 occasions, a giant as far as Gambian divisional football is concerned. And today, they are meeting another young giant who are coming in like hungry lions, fighting to the very end on every occasion. It is a game of tantalizing possibilities, a game beyond any other is not for losing. Medina on third on goal difference behind Ports and behind Elite. Wallidan on the other hand are in far as well. Historically, the Blue Boys, they won the league, like I said, on 16 occasions. They are giant as far as Gambian football is concerned. A very, very good evening.
Yeah, very good evening, Mr. Ba. Today is going to be very, very interesting. Like you said, historically, I think Wallidan is one of the most successful teams in the Gambia in general, and looking back into history, 1969 compared to 6 years ago, they are 50 years older than Medina United Football Club. So this is a mile. It's just not the same. The history is not the same. But Medina is not a team that you can write off any day. I think the boys are here to push the big giants of Gambian football to the brink. I think Wallidan will have to make sure that they are ready to play tonight, because I think the boys, they know that we've dropped some very valid, important points, and this evening we just have to collect maximum points from Wallidan.
Indeed, collecting maximum points is the primary target. No Mustafa Jaju, no more Lamin Dabo in the starting lineup. That means on goal, Umar Keita will maintain his position between the sticks. On the right hand side will be landing Jata, who among many others have played every possible minute so far. Buba El Jad is entrusted on the left full back position. Abdullah Conte and Lamin Sise entrusted to lock in the back line. On the middle of the park is Sidi Keita, Adama Jata and Selu Jalo to of course bring in that flyer and fun in the middle of the park. Abdul Jaju, Dominic Boasi, and Modu Sajo completes the attacks. Mustafa Jaju nursing a sickness, a brief illness, but he's recuperating absolutely well, but he will be an almighty miss today.
Yeah, I think a player like Mustafa Jaju will not go unnoticed. We will see we'll realize that he's missing tonight. And I think it's very important that his teammates do their best, make sure that they give it all, and make sure that his absence is not noticed entirely, to say the least. We just have to make sure that we do our best. I think we have very, very good players in his place, but a player of his caliber will definitely be missed. We will notice his presence, no doubt. So it's a great miss for us, but we are sure that we have a balanced side, a balanced team, and the depth is there. We can give any team the troubles, even though if we meet certain key players.
Wallidan were the 2021 FF Cup champions, which means Medina took the crown from them when they won it against TMT last year at the Basori football field. Medina on all orange and black socks starting from right to left. Wallidan on blue and white starting from left to right from where we're sitting as the ball is launched deep inside Medina's territory. And that was a quick push, but Lamin Sisa was at the right place at the right time as he received a bit of a heavy notch, and that will be a free kick for Medina to be taken by the Sidi Keita, who is making his first start in so many weeks. Sidi, the number 18, after he suffered from a growing problem but has recovered fully. Abdullah Conte, one of the best ball playing centre halves in the league, looks for Adama Jata to Buba El Jaite to Lamin Sise. Sang Wallidan have played the CAF Championship more than any other Gambian team on so many occasions. They have everything as far as the history is concerned. You can spend more than 2 hours leading Wallidan history and you will not cover it all, Sang.
I think they have a very, very rich history. The culture is good. I think they are one of the most successful teams in the sub-region. When you talk about Senegambia or West Africa, you will have to count Wallidan. You cannot just take them out of the fray. They have a very, very rich history, and we have to respect that. We have to also say kudos to them because they are part of the pioneers of Gambian football, and we have to credit them with that. So, but here tonight, we just have to say Medina will have to get the better of them because we need the 3 points no matter what.
Indeed, the 3 points I needed to put it back in the locker to go 30 points in the Gambia second division table. The objective is just one: go to the top of Gambian division football. Last year, the objective was possibly to stay in the league. They went on even further by winning the FF Cup. That was an almighty achievement. So Wallidan's skipper in Pedro Jata tried to control the ball in the center circle as they pushing Medina all the way down to the pipes. As Mohamed Sisse bringing the ball back to Omar Keita, who miscued that ball. It turned out to be a very good pass. That was not the objective though, and it out for a throw for Wallidan, who are attacking on the deep left of the field around Medina's very own territory, to be taken by their left full back in Jere Sanyang, playing in the penalty area. That was a quick combination. Sidiketa was there to help the back line absolutely well, and Lamin Sisse would control as he looks for landing Jata, and Abdou Jajo once it and gets it. Adama Jata twisting and turning, so to Modu Sajo to Selu Jalo. Medina's Jewel at the moment. 6 assists, 3 goals, 9 goal contribution to his name so far in the country's second division. Adama was looking for Dominic Boasi, but that was beautifully read. And Keita was going for goal, but that went off target. That was a good combination there.
Yeah, I think that is one of the strengths of the team. If they find their composure, they can find each other. They have that chemistry. But I think for now, none of the teams is yet settled, and we are yet to see any spark come out of this game. But I'm very, very sure as the game progresses, we will see certain highlights which we will never forget today. So I believe that definitely we'll just do something special tonight.
Doing something special is the utmost priority. Wallidan playing on their very own territory. Blue Boys, they are cold, and they could not stay in the top tier of Gambian football last season. After they were battered by the young Giants on so many occasions. Sidi Keita looks for Adama Jata all the way back to Abdoulaye Conte. Conte looking for the run of Buba El Jaita, who is signed for Wild Croc Football Academy. Played for Serekunda United in the country's second division last season. Boasi Dominic, he tried to corner Buba El Jaita, but that was a deep pass. And Wallidan will try to get away from their goal mark, but Sidi Keita was there to recover. The skipper in Pedro Jata was there. And that is out for a Wallidan throw. To be taken by Kenda Kasinyan. Looking for the run of his number 16 there in Ibrahim Kasinyan. And that will be a Wallidan free kick in their very own territory, as Bohas is standing next to it. They are tall, lanky centre half behind that ball. Alaji Kamara, their DM is, as per the records, is one of their best players in Wallidan, the number 44. He has everything a midfielder needs, and many people told me about him before this game, sir.
Yeah, I think he's a player to watch out. He is their playmaker, he is their pace setter. So everything will revolve around him. But if we find a way to neutralize him, we are going to get the better of them. I'm not saying that without getting the neutralizing him, we cannot get the better of Wallidan. But we have to keep an eye on him. Yeah. We have to make sure that he's always in check. He's a dangerous player, just to say the least.
Just to say the least. There's Sang Mendy there, my analysis man, and the analysis king. As far as our commentary desk is concerned, Bubael Jaite. Jaite looks up, and Another cover there from Mr. Kamara Alaji for header out for a Medina throw, which will be taken by Buba El Jaite. Selo Jallo wanted it, but off to go all the way to Modu Sajo. But that was a great defensive header there by Ibrahim Sinyan, the tall, lanky centre half for Wallidan. And that's a Medina throw to be taken by Jaite Bubael. Abdullah Conte wants it. Paul Keita saying you have to go on top. Selu Jallo was coming for the ball. He does come for the ball. And his first time Gada was in the best. And Kenda Kasinyan could not keep it in play. Jaite Buba all the way back to Conte. Conte controls to CD Keita. Keita to Lamin Sisi. This is what CD Keita does. He picks the loose ball like Sang will tell you, picking up the loose balls, controlling the tempo of the game. He's very good at that, and he's a mobile midfielder. That's what we were talking about last time we met Alexang. He's a welcome boost.
Yeah, I think it's a welcome boost, and I can see him playing with a lot of confidence. He is very good in circulating the ball, and if you give him the space, and if the players make movement when he is on the ball, he can also make those very, very good passes, those through balls, those penetrating passes. He can find players in very, very good pockets. So I think he's a very, very good addition, and I think he's coming in. He's starting today is a positive sign for the team.
Indeed, huge, almighty positive. The tempo of the game looks to be coming up now, as it is turning out to be an end-to-end contest. Lamin Sise was backpedaling, and that turn from Salifu Bayo. He wants a free kick, but Landing Jata was there. Nothing said the central referee. He was not in any way interested. Abdou Jaju running down the wing now. Maurice Sajo in front of him. So to Dominic Boissy. It's 3 against 4 for the moment. Abdou turns, waiting for support. Here comes Selu Jallo. See the Keita behind him. So to Adama Jata on the deep left. Keita turning, looking for Abdou Jaju on the deep right of the field. Jaju left his head. Dominic Boissy there. The centre half calling for an offside. Now they have the flag, but that looks to be an out ball. I'm not sure. It's an offside flag anyway. It looks to be a goal kick. Oh, that is the offside here. Okay. Even the back line to Dominic Boissy was in there from very early on. I think the Abdus pass was a bit late. Lamin Sise jumps. Won that first time header. Boissy, Medina's last year's most valuable player, MVP. Buba El Jaite looks for a teaching ball. And the netminder in Samba Suare was backpedaling. It nearly caught him off guard. The objective looked to have been the delivery. It nearly turned out to be a good goal.
Yeah, like I keep saying it, one of these days Buba is going to score a very, very spectacular goal and an incredible goal, because I see him coming from the back. He's the player that tests the goalkeeper first, and it's very important to test a goalkeeper because you have to know what he is made of on this fateful day. So it's important to put the goalkeeper under pressure. It's good to test him and see what he's made of. So I think that was very, very good, and it could have been a very, very spectacular goal.
Indeed, here comes Kendaka on the deep right of the field. Looks for a first-time delivery to the far post. The ball chested in. CD Keita was already back to help the defense line. And that was a Medina free kick in favor of CD Keita, who looks to have a bag full of energy today. He's starting the game with absolute flyer in CD Keita. And if this mobility continues, he's a good pace setter and a tempo keeper, or a tempo controller. Conte Abdullahi looks high, looks for Modu Sajo, but Sinyan Ibrahim was already backpedaling, and that was a defensive clearance. Jata Adama, Selu Jallo, back to Jaite. He was looking to go all the way back to Lamin Sise, as Selu Jallo was telling him to relax. He relaxed, he absolutely did, and went all the way back with Poish. Keita to Jaju, back to Keita City. Aloni from BST Galaxy, looking to go long. And that was nearly a goalkeeping howler there by Samba Suare. Modu Sadio knew the keeper is coming out, and you don't dare come into it. Otherwise, you might go home with one tooth left in the mouth. And Wallidan starting from the deep left. Alaji Kamara there DM looking for Kendaka, but that was a risky turn. Selutelo lacked a bit of concentration there, otherwise he might have won it. Sise Lamin, calm centre half, agile centre half. Jaju all the way back. Wallidan trying to play the ball in the center circle. Bubael Jete was very alert, but his pass for Dominic Boasi was a bit of a heavy one. And Armando Manga, the center back, was there to cover. Adama Jata does well to connect Lamin Cisse, who switched play to Landi Jata. Bubael Jata was interested, but Landi was the added option, of course, as he was the closest to him. And taking risky passes at the back would not be advisable by Sang Mendy himself. Jata to Selu. Back to Landi Jata. Calmly in Medina's territory. For Usman Cham, calling on them to go now for goal. And Abu Salah too. Jaita, that was a heavy touch. And Kenda Gassinian was already back to help the defense line. He does do. Oh, that requires. Dominic Boasi wants that. Modusado is interested, but that was a no-nonsense clearance there. And the referee is not interested in giving a free kick to Adam Ajata there, who is still down, but will be okay to continue. Kendaka. It was a silky turn from the number 16 Ibrahim Sinyan. Sinyan was looking for his captain, but there was a sloppy pass. Selo tried to make the midfield number 8 in Usman Job, but that was not the best of decisions he has done this season. And Wallidan pressing Medina deep now. Here they come. A quick combination there around the penalty area. Bayo was going for goal, but that was a heavy hit and out for a Medina goal kick. Both teams understand what they want to do. Sang, no team is ready to go defending like other teams that will go man to man here. The primary objective for both teams is putting the ball today in the back of the net. That was the primary objective of so many teams, but this one looks to be a clearer objective, Sang.
Yeah, this one is very, very clear. You can see Wallidan is very conscious in the midfield. They place a forest of men in the midfield. Yeah. I was counting and I'm looking at their shape in the midfield. It seems to be more than a diamond. They have an extra player in the midfield. Wow. So to check our midfield, every time the ball goes there, we have about 2 or 3 players chasing and putting pressure on the player that is on the ball on our side. So we are trying to make sure that we dominate and control the pace in the middle. But I think it's not going to be easy.
That was a good pass from syndicated to Modu Sajo, but that was a sloppy pass, but still Medina coming in. Abdul Jaju goes long. Boasi controls at the penalty area, but that was not the best of control, Sang. Sang, you were talking about their midfield before that break.
Yeah, the midfield is congested. They have a lot of men in the midfield, because one thing you have to do that, because we have that magician in the middle there. So they just have to be very careful, and the magician likes to operate in those spaces, so they have to make sure that he has limited space to maneuver or even think. So like I was saying, they are very, very conscious with the midfield, because our strength lies in the midfield. So all the creativity is there. So it is wise for them to do that.
Indeed, and there was a good pass from syndicated there. He connected Abdul Jaji remarkably well, but Abdul had a bit of a decision making there, and it took him some seconds, and those are decisions you make in a split second if you want to get them right. And any second you spend, it will be a distance covered. Abdul wanted to keep it in play, but there was a bit of a high one for him to catch. And Wallidan's number 14 in Jerry Sanyang will start from the left fullback position for a throw. And that was a deep pass. of their skipper in Jata. Twisting and turning face to face with Adama Jata. The Jata square there, but Adama does absolutely well. Sidikaita touched it on his way as Lamin Sise was already back reading that ball. And Abdul Jaju too went up. He went down, but the referee says nothing. Selo Jallo turning. Boasi was already running into an offside position. Now the ball reaches the foot of Dominic Boasi. Face to face with Kenda Kasinyan, the right full back for Wallidan. Boasi turns. Form is important. Sometime last year at this stage, one fullback dare not stop Dominic Boasi.
You can.
And one of the key men that suffered on his hand the most was against Birkama in their right fullback, Adama Mane. But he looks to lost his cutting edge in the final third in beating on a 1v1 marker position there, Dominic, a little bit.
Yeah, that will also a contributing factor will be he's on and off the starting team, because he has to play consistently. He has to play more minutes. He has to play more number of games, and that keeps his sharpness. So I think that too will be a contributing factor, because he's not consistent. He's coming on and off the starting 11, and that's not good for him. We need Dominic to be consistent. We want him to be a regular in the starting 11, and that's going to help the team more.
Indeed. Salifo Bayo was looking for his captain, who Pedro Jata's ball went flying over the crossbar. Yes, and you're right. Reading is absolutely important, and you don't get a reading by sitting on the bench. You got to be playing all the time, and sometimes when your best players lose form, you don't drop them back to the bench quickly by them losing form. And you lose form, you go back to the bench, you kill his career. But you force them in, let them continue playing, and if their form comes back, they'll continue helping you again. Form is temporal. Class is permanent, they always say, son.
Yeah, that's the right assessment, because quality players like Dominic takes them a split second to change the game. They can change the game anytime. They can decide the game anytime. That's what quality does. So I think he just needs to be more consistent. He has to raise his game as well. He has to give more to the team, because that's what he has. He has all the qualities that a team needs. So he has to work hard also, and then the coaches will begin to trust him more and more, because the team needs it. So he has to raise his game as well.
Indeed, should understand that he's also absolutely needed in that fray. Jata Adama twisting and turning around the center circle. Lamin Sise all the way back, looking for Modu Sajo, whose first time pass to land the Jata was in the best, and across the line for a Wallidan throw, which is to be taken by their left full back, the number 14, who is Jere Sanyang. Sanyang calling on his center half in the number 15 in Fode Seka to give him that space. And that's all for a Medina throw. A nonchalant throw there from Wallidan. Jata to Jaju. Modusajo, that was a good pass to Abdul Jaju. Dominic Boasi was running into the penalty area. Abdul was going for goal. Selu Jallo around the edge of the box. Modusajo, Selu Jallo. A trivela of a hit. It went over the crossbar. Was Abdul going for goal the right decision?
I don't think his going for goal was the right decision, but I can say he was brave to do that.
Yeah.
But he should have just made a cutback for Dominic to finish. That would have just been one of the easiest and very good team goal, because he did everything, but his final decision was poor.
Indeed. Now Modusajo was coming to the near post. The chances are now coming in. Buba El Jata is down. He looks to have been hit heavily on his leg. And noticing a bit of pain there in Buba El Jata. Assisted by the central referee to get back to his feet. He is now. But they got to make the final third impact.
Yeah, I think, like I said, we are not attacking through the middle because Wallidan has congested the middle. They've closed the middle. There are blocks in the middle. Yeah. But you can see Wallidan is losing the side that we have quality on the flanks. So now you can see the ball being used on the flanks and we are penetrating them. So I think one way or the other, whatever they try to do, there is strength on every side of our team. Yeah.
If you close the order, we go for the order. That's the objective. Jata to Abdul Jaju. Jaju goes for a delivery at the penalty area. And Selu Jallo was there to cover. Boasi giving him that option. Selu turns, but overpowered by the Kendaka there, the right fullback, who works it out for a throw. Medina now lifting the tempo of the game. They're having that five-bound flyer into the attacking third. Only the cutting edge remains the big question. Selu Jallo tried to touch it back. Sinyan was there back to cover. Boasi wanted to get past his marker, but Alaji Kamara closed that space absolutely well. Abdullah Conte has it down to Bubayal Jaite. Jaita looks for CD Keita, who had a great first time to Tarama Jata. Now adjusting the tempo of the game. Now playing with auto flyer. Jata landing. Whose delivery was long. Boasi at the far post. Selu Jallo was in there. Who tried to bring the ball back in play, slipped on a split second, and Wallidan cleared their line. Abdullah Conte was there too. Bubayal Jaita was it now on the deep left of the field. Boasi coming in to give him that option. His delivery was closed down there by Kendaka. Selu Jallo. Jallo brought it back to Bubayal Jaite, who delivered it to Maurice Sadio on the near post. The control was good, the precision was lacking. And Wallidan would again have another chance to clear their line. Sinyan running into Medina's territory. Sidikere closing him down. Abdullah Conte does admirably well. But that will be a free kick for Wallidan. The referee felt Abdullah Conte adjusted his leg there. What do you think?
I don't like going against referee decision, but I think Abdullah did fairly well there because he got the ball 100%. So whatever the referee must have interpreted there, that's up to him. That's up to him because he has the extra sense and he was close to the action and he wants this game to go the way he wants. So he is the man with the whistle. He interprets the laws.
He's the king in the fray.
Yes, but I don't agree. I don't agree on that time. Yeah.
Sang doesn't disagree with referees usually, but this time he did. For Dominic Boasi does well to Selu Jallo. Jallo to Bubayal Jaite. Jaite tried to turn, deliver at the far post. The tall lanky netminder in Samaswara was out to gather. For the second time, he did not gather his ball well. And that should be a big question mark. What they are observing in this Medina boys, in all the games this season, you can count them, Serekunda FC, Koli Stars, many other games. Anytime Medina adjusts their tempo, they are usually miles ahead of any other team. You remember there was a game I told you, these boys score when they won. Is it when they won? Tell me the football reason for that. Anytime they adjust their tempo, they are usually level ahead of anyone. In all the games they play in, those moments they adjust their tempo, they are faster in transition, they are better on the ball, quicker in movement. What is your take?
That's the real and the original team character. That's the team skill. So you have to keep using that. You don't have to play what you are not. So when they use their strength, they get the better of teams, and that's how it should be.
Indeed, Selu Jallo, the penalty area. Majata wanted a cut back there. Boasi slip. Is it the tough or the shoe? He's sleeping on so many occasions today, Dominic Boasi. And he's up on his feet. And Samba Suare will start play for Wallidan as he looks for his centre back in Armando Manga. Kendaga giving him the option, but Armando goes long. Abdullah Conte back with a head down well for CD Keita, who tried to touch it down to Bubayal Jaite. But Ibrahim Sinyan coming in now for Wallidan. A deadly left foot, twisting and turning. CD Keita was back to cover the penalty area. Kendaga coming in, so too their captain in Pedro Jata. But his pass to Ibrahim Sinyan was in the best, and the ball is bubbling out for a Medina goal kick. What a break call upon, but not many people would have the opportunity to put water in their throat. So many are fasting. Yeah, it's an absolute heated tempo today. The weather there rather is quite hot.
Yeah, definitely. It is very, very hot, and I think it's right for them to cool off. It's very important for them. They just have to cool off. Unfortunately, it's Ramadan. They cannot drink, but they just have to cool off. They just have to cool off. It's very important, and the referee is right to do that. But I think what we are lacking is we had a momentum of 5 minutes. That spell should have been rewarded by a goal or goals. We should have scored by now. We should have scored definitely. I think they just have to relax a little bit. They are a little bit hesitant, and they think they just have to relax a bit. That's my observation for now.
Okay. Sang is an absolute almighty weather. A heavy sunshine in Birkama today, 35 degrees Celsius, and a humid of 38. Wow. Water break is needed. And the players fasting today. Yeah, Buwal Jate was limping. He looks to have a catch on the ankle there. And the physio, under the guidance of Kodo, giving him that spray. Some are drinking though, son. They all don't have to fast. Lamine Yamal, I saw a story indicating that Lamine Yamal is authorized or is allowed by some Muslim scholars to allow not to fast during game days. I don't know where it is enshrined in our religion, but I saw a story of that anyway.
Is he gonna pay the days?
Yep, he will after the month.
He has to pay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, he sure will. And for reasons to allow him to perform better. Well, one of the reasoning is that he's on a job to feed his family. And if he cannot perform well, then that could render a huge blow to their family in the future, in the near future also. Imagine him losing his contract because he's not performing well during Ramadan. So that maybe the analysis of those Islamic scholars or those Muslim scholars in there, but we have so many sects behind us, maybe they can give us more analysis on that too. But, well, I saw some Muslim players drinking water here. Maybe they might have gone through the same scholars. Abdullah Conte. Conte looks for Dominic Boissy. Boissy goes long. For the second was there to cover. Pedro Jata was there too. Looks to go long. Ibrahim Signal was running to the penalty area. And he's a typical left-footed player. And he tried it right there. And this song you once said is important for players to be able to play with both feet.
Yeah, players. I think it's just a toolkit. You cannot just rely on the tool that does the job all the time when you are going to the farm. You have to carry another tool because that tool that does the job every time might fail that day, might be blunt. So you have to use the other tool. It's just like plan A and plan B. So players just have to work on that. And I think coaches are trying now because since now we have academic systems, they'll be trying to make sure that the players get used to playing both feet.
Here comes Adama Jata to London Jata, the Jata square in there. Abdul Jaju wants it and gets it, running into the penalty area. London Jata was giving him that option, spreading into the opponent's half. Abdul now coming in, twisting and turning around the penalty area. So to London Jata, Jata to Selu Jalo with his weaker foot. It sailed over the crossbar, and that is another almighty opportunity wasted. Samba Suare restarting play as he has second senior next to him. He opts to go to this number 6 in Manga, Armando Manga. Manga goes long. Lamin Sise heading it out to CD Keita. Keita to Selu Jallo, who is now flying in the air for a challenge. Pedro Jata. CD Keita was back to cover. Sinyan, Pedro Jata. Jata looks for his midfielder in Usman Job, all the way back to Pedro Jata, running into the penalty area. That was a great force. Lami Sisa was there. He put his head in front of the ball and he stopped the heavy volley there. It's a risky one though for any defender in the world to take. Abdul Jaju is having so many almighty opportunities. He's again 4 against 3, running into the penalty area. Morisajo giving him the cutback option. Abdul again was going for goal. Selu Jallo run to the ball, kept it in play. Boasi was there. So to Sidi Keita. Keita twisting and turning. Spreading play to landing Jata. Adama Jata giving him that option. It does come. Telling in a pass to landing. Who's running into the penalty area. And that was a flying defensive tackle by Armando there. At the right place at the right time. A split second delay. Could have been a different story. Landing. Or restart for Medina. He does restart to Abdul Jaju. And landing went for a delivery. Their goalkeeper is big, very, very big, and a good height for any netminder.
I think he's a goalkeeper specimen. I will agree with that. He's just like Marcelo, and they are big boys, so that's a plus at the back there. But I think we just have to do better because the game is in our hands. We have the momentum, and we just have to make it count. By now, Wallidan should have been 2-0 down or 3-0 down because I don't see them having. They've not gotten any clear chance, but we have clear chances. We have numerous chances, occasions where we could have just stayed calm, take the right decision, and then punish Wallidan. But I think they just have to be very, 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 patient when they reach the final third.
Well, just for those viewing from home, Umar Keita usually is called Marcelo. Very few people know him with this name, Umar Keita. Do you know the history of the Marcelo? Maybe after this corner, Selo Jallo. Marcelo was a left fullback, a Brazilian left fullback, a Real Madrid left fullback, and now Marcelo is a goalie. Selo Jallo entered the near post. Abdul Jaju was there. Back to Selo Jallo, who looks to deliver long again. Lamin Sisse at the far post. His header was in the best, and it's out for a Wallidan goal kick. Yeah, on Umar Keita there.
Yeah, I wouldn't know how the Marcelo came about because sometimes here you see somebody who is selling eggs and his name is Messi. So sometimes you see a goalie, his name is Thiago, or his name is Pirlo, a goalkeeper. So in the Gambia here, it doesn't matter. The name has no boundary.
It's about who you like.
Yeah.
Conte Abdullahi. Conte looks for landing Jata. Fans are urging them to lift up, urging them to go for goal. The goal is needed. The Akorale fell on the table behind post and behind Elliot. On goal difference though. The through ball from landing Jata to Abdul Jaji was a bit of a heavy one. And it's out for a goal kick. Wallidan looks to be some way out of ideas on some occasions sometimes. And the Medina boys too in the final third looks to be out of ideas as well. Both teams needs to work on their concentration.
I think the problem of Wallidan is they are not getting the ball to their best player because their best player is playing in the middle. So and we have bypassed the middle. So
that was a good chance from Selo Jallo to Abdul Jaju. What a miss!
That's one of the worst misses of the season. That should be counted as one of the worst misses of the season. That was a glorious opportunity that we should have capitalized on and take the lead before going into the first half break. So I think that was just a waste. That was just a total waste. If he had no confidence that he would have buried it, he could have just played it back to his teammates to finish. That was the best option.
Indeed, that was an almighty miss there from Abdul Jaju. But another time to find another. Selo Jallo goes long. Beautifully defended there by Wallidan's number 20 in Musa Bojang. Selo Jallo controls. Goes for a through ball, but Samba Suare was there to gather. I say gather should push. Landing Jata was already back to Adama Jata. Jata looks for Dominic Buasi. Buasi controls. Turns to Adama Jata. Back to Buasi Dominic. Who tried to thread in a pass, and that is a Medina United free kick for Dominic Buasi there. Alaje Kamara was visibly displeased by the call from the central referee, but he somewhere agree. So Selu to take the resulting free kick for Medina. As we have 35 minutes of normal time play, 10 minutes of normal time to go, plus whatever could be added on. Jallo placing that ball to his liking. Having a communication there with Sidi Keita, who are both dead ball specialists, but this will be taken by Selu Jallo as all of Medina players at the far post at the moment. And a very high line of Wallidan defense as they're standing at the 18-yard box, on the 18-yard box. Selou Jallow. He was looking for Abdoulaye Conte. And Pedro Jata could not take the out. Selou Jallow withheld the pressure. Another Medina free kick against Salifou Bayo. And this free kick to be taken by Sidi Keita. The Medina's ball playing midfielder. Bubael Jata to behind that. But this is well placed for Sidi Keita. Keita could go for goal.
Yeah, he could go for goal. He has the shot, and I think he can try it. But I would prefer he uses the height of our players in the box. But that was a poor set piece there. Like I said, the boys just have to make it count because the pressure is on, and at this time one should have found the back of the net already.
Wow. Pressure is on. So many chances missed. Finding the back of the net, they should do now. As time is urging out in the first period. Sidi Keita trying to keep it in play. Pedro Jata also keeping it in play, winning it back. Salifou Bayo switching wing. He now a left-footed winger, but Abdoulaye Conte using his physicality well there. And he looks for Dominic Boissy. Kendaga sending stopping demand. Pedro Jata coming in there. So to Salifou Bayo now for Wallidan. Sidi Keita closing him down well. Kamara Alaji at the edge of the box. His through ball couldn't reach Pedro Jata. As Buba El Jati ready well to Modou Sadio, whose first time touch wasn't the best. Kamara looking for the run of Kendaka Sinyan, the right fullback. Selou Jallow catches Kendaka on his feet, and Selou instantly apologized. Selou's communication with referees is top class. And apologizes there. Yeah, it was a heavy hit, but it was not deliberate. The ball was there. So Kendaka did remove the ball, and Selou's attack was already up in the air going. So it was not, it is although painful, but it was not deliberate. And you saw him instantly apologizing to not just the referee, but to even the opponent player.
He knows he got it wrong, and that was kind of harsh if from the point of view. But if you have to read between the lines, you realize that yeah, it wasn't deliberate. The player was brilliant, and he has to commit him. So that was definitely spot on by the referee.
Yeah, indeed spot on. Wallidan player did well there to stop Umar Keita from starting long. He delayed the count. Oh, that doesn't look to be a foul. It is? It's a foul?
Yeah, it's a foul. He double tapped. He got the ball and then got the feet of the guy at the same time. Yeah.
Okay, so after the ball, his leg went through the opponent's feet. So he catches ankle there. Seka goes long, looks for Salifou Bayo. What a first time touch. Up in the air. You couldn't look on the Kendaka, but Sinyan coming in now. Great pass from Bayo to Kendaka. Running into the penalty area. Lamin Cisse does well. And here they come still. Usman Job. Bayo went for delivery. Sidi Keita ready to well to Selou Jallow. Jallow looking to corner Dominic Boissy, who's now running into the penalty area. Face to face with Armando. Dominic twisting and turning. Looking for Modou Sadio. Sidi Keita! And Samba Suare was there. It went out, but that was a terrifying build-up.
Yeah, that was a terrifying build-up. I think that ball should have gone to the feet of Selou. We could have gotten something from there. But like I said, Sidi is a good shot. But I think my best option, the pass should have gone to Selou. He should have just played to Selou. Selou would have just gone behind the defender because the defender was in and Selou was running out. So it was just a tap for Selou to run in behind the defense and do the job.
Sidi does well there. He went for placement over power, but I think he decorated it way too much. Jere Sanyang looking to go long. Abdoulaye Conte stopping the front man from turning. As Lamin Cisse is doing in there. Keita controls. Looks for Adama Jata. This is the role Adama is just playing in, where he's given the license to operate. Modou Sadio now. Sadio goes for delivery. He was looking for Dominic Boissy at the far post. The man down, and the fisher was already running into the fray. That was a ball on fish. Alertness from that cross. Remember there? And he already knew that he got to go helping the center half there, and he did well. Initially, I thought Samaswara did touch that ball out, Siddiqui shot, but it doesn't look to be like that. He just covered his goal post, and the rest was history. Yeah, he just fly on the goal post. He's definitely big, and it was a down ball, so his responsibility was just to cover the edge of the post. Anything less, I'm not interested. Ologotos could have even gone to handle, but he cared less, the goalie there. And he has the size, he has everything a goalkeeper needs as far as his body attributes are concerned. And he could be one of the national best one day if given the right guidance and proper support, which I'm sure a team of Wallidan's caliber would do. Established just 4 years after Gambia's independence, 1969. Long delivery to the far post. Boissy was there. So to Bubayel Jaite. Jaite looking to turn. Salifu Bayo was already back helping that back line, and that is a free kick for Wallidan against Bubayel Jaite in favor of Salifu Bayo. For Wallidan, Armando Manga and the goalkeeper having a negotiation there. The central referee urging them to go all the way back from where the free kick should be taken, as we have 3 minutes of normal time to go in the first period. Still no goal. Medina definitely by far the better side. Created so many chances, one of which fall to Abdul Judge's feet, but he could not bear it. He could not bounce. Adam Majata jumps. Hale touch under, but it was not the most decisive of touches. Shinyan looks for Jere to Bayo there. Alaje Kamara at the edge of the center circle. Kamara looking to go wrong. A heavy pass, but Jere Senya was there to catch, but he could not catch it well. Landi Jere bring it back to Abdul Jaju. Was a great touch too. Landi Jere was sprinting. Adam Majata too is sprinting. So to Landi Jere now. Rolling into the penalty area. Sellu there. He looks to correct Sellu Jallo or Dominic Boissy maybe. And that was the first time attempt from Landing Jata. Boissy looks to go long to Abdul Jaju to Modu Sajo. He put the ball in the back of the net. Handball. It's not offside. Wow. That was sloppy from Modu Sajo there.
I don't see Wallidan surviving this game. I don't know what they are going to do in the second half, but if they play like this, then they can't survive this game, because our coaches will just have to make some corrections. Just talk to I don't think there are even corrections to make in the final third. The final third, the message is, guys, play calm, make the right decision, and finish. That's all. You have all the tons of chances. Just make it count. That's all. The patience, the coordination, the communication, the movement, the resourcefulness, the creativity. That's all we need in the final third, and then make it count. As simple as that. But the way Wallidan is playing is just flat. It's just too flat.
It's flat. Yeah. Here comes their midfielder. Salifu Bayo now coming in, twisting and turning at the edge of the box. He was beautifully closed down there by Bubayel Jaite and Siddiqui. Landing Jata would now have the chance to clear his line. Looks for Abdul Jaju. Abdul tried to turn, but the ball was won back instantly by Wallidan. He had to come again by Pedro Jata, who goes for a low ball. That was an almighty opportunity by Musa Bojan to the best for Wallidan at the cusp of half time, as there will be 3 minutes to be added on as per the technical report. 3 minutes indicated earlier on, and yes, confirmation that there will be 3 minutes to be added on. Adama jumps. Selo Jallo Garas will push. Looks for Bubayel Jaite. Jaite looking for the run of Modu Sajo and Dominic Boissy at the far post. Pedro. Selo Jallo disagreed. Pedro Jata was yelling there that was a pushing. Again, apologizes. He doesn't look to be a player who wants to hurt opponents though in Cielo. You understand what they are all trying to do in life is to be as successful as they possibly can, and hurting them is not in any way his objective. There are some players though who comes with the interest of nullifying opponents' best players. Sergio Ramos, Chambali Foreign, again Mo Salah maybe. That could be the perfect example. And sometimes what matters to other players is winning at all cost. You don't blame them sometimes for that though, but hurting an opponent too is absolutely wrong. It's like telling them, I will work to feed my family, but I'll stop you from feeding your family. That's the way I take it, son.
Yeah, they are all professionals. In a professional field, you deploy all the tools that you have to get the job done. Yeah. But I think that's why the referee is there. So if the referee sees any malicious intent, then he is going to call it out, because that's why we have the yellow and the red card. So the malicious intent has to be taken out of the equation. Yeah. So, but if you use any means to get the better of your opponent, that's fine. That's football. It's a game.
Indeed, it's a game. And Jata to Jata. Landing Adama. Abdul Jajo to landing Jata now. Who is threading in a pass to Sidi Keita. Keita with his wake for to Dominic Boasi. Who got as well. Face to face with Kenda Gassinan. Seli Jallo giving him that option. Seli does well. Sidi Keita too doing well now. Keita going for goal. That was an excessively ambitious attempt, and Samba Suara was at the right place. He wanted to catch him off guard. Bayo to Kendaka. Buba was back pedaling. Kendaka does well. Looks for Bojang, who squared almost a chance a few minutes ago. Lamin Sise clearing his line to Boasi Dominic. Controls it well to Selo Jallo. Jallo looking for Dominic Boasi. Armando was there. And Armando has a good speed and managed to stand on the way of Boasi Dominic. Suarez, and that is a half-time whistle. Not the best of first half, but also not the worst. There are some key moments, one of which falls to Abdul's feet. Bojan for Wallidan to discard an almighty opportunity over the crossbar. But it is a share of the spoils in the first period. Half time, Medina United 0, Wallidan 0. "45 minutes to find a winner between the Academy boys, the Tigers they are of course called, versus the Blue Boys in Wallidan in the country's GFF second division league. Medina on third, Wallidan are in far behind as well, as far as the country's current standing is concerned. So it's a game of immense possibilities, a game of who wants it more in what will be an enthralling second half, 45 minutes of football. Where do we go from here is the big question. Modu Sadio looks to go up to Dominic Boasi, who gathers it well, running into the penalty area. Kendaka was back treating. Cielo Jallo controls. Jallo twisting and turning, looking for Lamin Cisse. Cisse at the right hand side of the attack. Wallidan are currently 7 on the table with 21 points, 6 points behind Medina in the current standing. A win today would take them close to 3, and a win for Medina taking them all the way to 30 points in the country's second division table, and possibly a close. Boasi Dominic, Selu Jallo alongside, rolling into the penalty area, going for this weaker foot. That was a heavy one. It sailed over the crossbar and went wide. One is already back in the fray. Sang, we're back for the second period.
Yeah, we are back from the second period. I think we just have to make it better from where we left it. We just have to find the goal. That's the most important thing. Like I said, we have taken this thing out of Wallidan. We've tried to neutralize them, and we've tried to pile pressure on them. And those pressures were rewarded by chances, but the chances were not rewarded by goals. And then we have to fix that as soon as possible, because we have no time. This the second half. Wallidan can manage. They can try to wind down and manage the time, but we don't have to give them that space to breathe. We just have to continue mounting the pressure and just be calm at the final third and score.
The final third and score is the primary objective. Pedro was going for a goal. So, Sang, in the first half, we were talking in the commentary about how the Marcelo name came in. It looks as though his colleague teammate said Marcelo was an infield player before and he turned to be a goalkeeper. So, with position, I'm not sure it's left fullback anyway. So, they can give us more stats. Jartelandi. Back to Lamin Cisse. Cisse goes long to Modu Sajo. Armando working it out. Wallidan looks to be out of ideas in some way. I will not use the word rattle, but they are not far from so. Decision making, concentration remains the big question. Jata to Bubael Jaite. Back to Adama Jata, who is taking in a minute so far. Mustafa Jaju is not in the team list today as he was nursing a bit of illness. But he's here watching the game and cheering for the boys as a supporter this evening. Kaita City. Great first-time control by Usman Job, who looks to go all the way to Jerry Sanyang. Sanyang looks up, looks for Bojang. Lamin Cisse was there. Sidi Keita miscued that. Pedro Jata coming in. Job also alongside. Job wants it and gets it for Wallidan. Sidi Keita closing him down, pushing Job all the way back to his own territory. And that will be a free kick for Medina, taken quickly by Abdul Jaju to Selu Jallo. Jallo looking for the run of Dominic Boasi. Boasi wants it now, running into the penalty area. Looks for the run of Modu Sajo. He's qualified it again. Not mind that Samaswara was there. And he got us for the body gaffer for Wallidan. Busy in the technical area. Visibly list please. Pedro Jata. Jata looking for Sinyani Brema. Jata trying to turn, but Sidi Keita was there to close down the space. Abdul Jaju. Jaju looking for the role of Modu Sajo and Dominic Boasi. Face to face with Jerry Sanyang. Abdul still rolling into the penalty area. Brought down. Ball, said the central referee. Salifu Bayo not picking it up for Wallidan, who tried to trade in the pass, but Lamin Cisse got us. Looks to Bubael Jaite. Gaffer Abu Salah calling them to be patient, of course. That should be the primary objective now. Boasi running into the penalty area. Looks for a cut back to Modu Sajo. He touched Kendaka on his way, and that's out for a Medina corner, which Boasi is going in the tech. It looks as though he's usually not a corner taker for Medina. Looks to be interested in this one. Could he provide an assist for the first time of asking? That's what I was telling you. He's not a corner taker for Medina usually. Bojang. And that was a sloppy one from Boasi in there. Salifu Bayo operating into space. Bayo wants it and gets it. But that was a heavy pass from Bojang. And it's out for a Medina throw. Imagine the best team in the second division.
Yeah.
I've seen so many teams approach us with not a clear objective of wanting to score.
Yeah.
Wallidan have more men in the middle, but almost next to no man in attack usually. That that for me is a sign of so much respect for the Medina Giants.
Yeah, you will have to agree. Undoubtedly, we are the best team in the second division. We are the FF Cup holder, and we are upsetting a lot of teams. We've gotten, we are at third, and if we win, we are going.
Points with all the first two.
Yes, so definitely, if you have to play with Medina, it is wisdom for you to be cautious and then deploy a method that will try to neutralize them, and that's what the gafers that are coming up against Medina is doing currently. So you cannot take that thing away from Medina. We are one of the best teams in the second division, and I think teams are beginning to realize that now. That's why our games are getting more tough and difficult every time.
They're tougher and much more difficult. Pedro Jata behind that. And that is a free kick committee there. This is a training ground practice. It looks as though it's a take. Salif Obaya will be the taker. Training ground practice not fully executed. And that is out for a Medina goal kick to be taken by Omar Keita, who goes to landing Jata. House Susana warming up. Abdul Jaju. Jaju looks for Selo Jallo. Will try to play into Jere Sanyang, but they managed to win it back. Job is running into the penalty area. He was going for goal. Omar Keita did exactly with what Samba Suarez did before. Cover your goal mouth and leave the rest out on the same goal post at the same angle. Wallidan are playing counter-attacking football now. Lose the ball and go in for attack. Medina, on the other hand, as per their gaffer Abu Salah for this evening, telling them to be patient. Head coach Aliou Jain is currently on the CAF B license course at the the Gambia Football Hotel at the Usman South Football Field, around there. And that is a Wallidan free kick against Selu Jallo in favor of Pedro Jata. Visibly, Selu Jallo there on that call, visibly frustrated there, but the referee wouldn't care less. And Job and Jared San the left fullback, midfielder and the left fullback behind the ball. Jared San the number 14 looks to be better placed for this ball. Jared the 14, Jared the left fullback. Usman Job also the number 8 behind that. Any one of them interested. The whistle is gone from the central referee to be taken by the left-footed Jere, whose free kick is too deep, and Keita, the skipper, gathers with push, as Wallidan have a man down in the penalty area, who looks to be one of their centre half in Armando Manga. And the Fishes are running into the fray to give Armando that support. He claimed to have received a hit on his neck. Complaining to the central referee now, or to leave the fray by the central referee. Coaches will tell you, if you know you would be able to continue without the need of a physio, why going down? Especially as a centre back, now you have taken your man back to 10 in a very crucial position of the field. He's out of the fray, and Omar Keita would gather. He's back to the fray, but he'll have to roll back for this counter-attack now. That means they're playing with one centre-back for these few seconds. And if that is a Wallidan throw, Boasi could not keep it in play. Wallidan preparing double substitution. As it looks as though Mustafa Kamara is preparing to come in. So to their number 10 in John Gomez. John Gomez and Mustafa Kamara Sang are coming in for Wallidan. The 16 is making way. Usa Ibrahim Asinyan and the number 8 in Usman Job. So Ibrahim Osinyan and Usman Job out, Mustafa Kamara and John Gomez in for Wallidan. First double substitution in the evening.
Yeah, I think they have to bring in those energy bars. they just have to, because you can see their men have not been matching boys, so they just have to reinforce the midfield and try to bring in quality with energy. So that's what they are trying to blend. You can see the number 10 by the looks he's going to be something to watch out. So I think they need to make those changes, because it's not working for them. They are not matching Medina anyway. But our problem now, Medina, is making those chances count.
Making the chances count is the primary objective. Lamin Sise from a confident pass from Umar Keita. Abdul Jajo calling for support. He got the support from his centre half. And the Jata trading in the pass to Modu Sajo. Was also dropped deep by the Gaffa Salah and Co. Shelo Jallo concert. And this is Medina at their very best, when playing with fall and flyer and immense game control. Keita Umar spreading play to Jaite. Modu Sajo, great pass to Dominic Boasi, who face to face with Armando, who was already down. Boasi still trying to control. And for the second hesitated there, the goalie in Sambasware, and the defender had to work it out. Abdullah conducted in the pass for Boasi Dominic, who tried to connect Buba El Jaite. Abdullah Conte pushing the attacker all the way back to his territory. Lamis is heading it down to CD Keita. Was a good first-time control. The pass for London wasn't the best, and Salif Obayo winning it back. Here comes Gomez, the newly introduced Gomez. CD Keita pressing him deep. Lamis is clearing his line. Selu Jallo would gather, of course. Looks for Abdul Jaju. And Adama Jata, Alaje Kamara now coming in for Wallidan. Kamara looking for Jere Sanyang. Sanyang delivers. Abdullah Conte heading it out to Modu Sajo. Dominic Boasi calling for that ball. Boasi wants it. That for me should have been a pass over everyone else. Doing is faster than both of the defenders. Abdul Jaju to Selu Jallo. Jallo trading in a pass to Abdul Jaju. Into the penalty area. Delivers. Ricochet of the defender and back to him. Kafafodeba back to his technical area now. Lamin Sise win that ball back for a free kick. Bojan push Lamin Sise. Conte to Jata. Boasi Dominic. Turning in the pass to Modu Sajo. All the way back to Abdullah Conte. Patient builder from Medina. Adama Jata. Turns. Going back to Conte Abdullahi. Looking for Lamin Sise. Jata landing. The FF Cup champions probing. Probing they are doing. Wallidan backpedaling at the moment. Modu Sajo to Selu Jallo. Back to Modu Sajo. Back to Selu Jallo. Around the edge of the box. Selu turns. Was calling for Abdu to give him that option. That option came late, and Selu's pass was not the best. Cesar Lamin winning it back. Back to Landon Jata to CD Keita. Probably Medina are doing it now. Building up from the back they are doing. Wallidan backpedaling at the moment. Adama Jata was trading the pass to Abdul Jaju. And Jere Sanyang manages to cover his goal man well. Abdul still push him all the way. Armando, but Selu Jallo could not keep it in play. His touch went off the line and out for a Wallidan throw. As we have exactly 60 minutes on the clock, 30 minutes of normal time to go. Jeresanya back to Seka. Against Pocha. Well, Jaita now for Medina. Jaita going long. This is what Sam was saying in the first period. The spectacular will come someday. Maybe, just maybe. Alaji Kamara seal his ball well. Pedro Jata calls on Armando to give him that option. That option came. Kendaka, Dr. Mustafa Kamara. Kamara to Sinyan. Sinyan to Kendaka, deep inside Medina's half, all the way back to the center circle. To Armando. Pojang, who skied their best opportunity in this evening. Kendaka on the deep right of the field. Medina balancing. Pedro sending in a wicked delivery into the penalty area. Gomez at the edge of the box, but Abdullah Conte was alert. Bayer wants it back for Wallidan. He turns, looking for option from Job. Great defensive charge there by London Jata, but Job stood absolutely firm. Abdul Jaju coming back to help. Job into the penalty area. Abdullah Conte working it out. Boasi Galas. And Armando back to Kendaga. Delivering to the penalty area. Umar Keita was back pedaling and Gadas with poise. Looking for Selo Jallo, who was calling for an option. The ball came to his feet. Selo Jallo. Wallidan plus felt he was down, but he was, I think it's a back foul. Therefore, they called the foul back. He felt Cello was notched from the back from very early on. Gaffer for the bar is still complaining to the front official there. Lamed Cisse was going into attack, but ought to come back now. As Medina will be restarting from the back. Cello Jallo to Sidi Keita, back to London Jata. Does well. Cello manages to keep it in play. Back to Modu Sajo at the edge of the box to Abdul Jaju, who was looking for the run of Adam Ajata, who was in a very good position, but the pass from Abdul wasn't the best. Cello Jallo winning it back. Keita City. London Jata, who was touched by Jerry Sanyang on his way, but is not out for a Medina corner. Still in play by Jerry Sanyang. Was looking for Job. Mrs. all the way back to Umar Keita. Oh, that was a bit of a good pass. He wanted to corner Buba El Jaite, but it was slightly heavy. Had him gone prepared to come in, so to House Sane. Also played for Young Africans last season in the Banjul Third Division, scored 5 goals, 5 assists, had 10-goal contribution in Young Africans promotion to the second division, but they fall short following an uphill. Had him come to, who contributes immensely in flyer and match rhythm and tempo, is also prepared to come in. And who will be making way remains the big question. Is Aramajata making way? Not sure. Could be Dominic, or could be Abdul Jaju. It could be Modu Sajo too. Modu will be for House and of course that will be a like-for-like replacement. And I think it's Abdul Jaju too. When the Boas is down, Abdul was to make way, but now Gaffer Abu Salah is telling Hadim to wait a little bit to know Dominic's situation. If Dominic were unable to continue, then he will be the one making way for Hadim Gom. And as per the way he landed, and as per his reaction, it looks to be a serious one. Abdul is already on the line, waiting to be chopped off. Gaffer Abu Salah still telling him to wait. Boise looks to be okay. He's back on his feet. Still limping though. So could it be Dominic making way? Okay, this is one. It remains. Abdul will be making way, yeah? Bojan coming in for Wallidan. John wants it. Abdullah Conte close him down well. You're going nowhere when the heavy size of Abdullah Conte stands behind you. Kendaka at the edge of the box, looking for delivery to Dominic, out for a Wallidan corner. Modu Sadio making way, so to Abdul Jaju. Hasu is in, Hadim 2 is in. So Wallidan are preparing another substitution. Bayo is making way. 11 and 9 are coming in. And 20 is off. Kekuta Kamara is 9. Seku Kamara is 11. Another double substitution. Here comes the delivery. Heavy one. Kamara for his first touch. Hadim Gom also for his first touch. Puts from the back and waits a flick. This is what he brings to games, Hadim Gom. He's an absolute electrifying footballer. Hungry, committed, patient and fun in Hadim. And scored a winner for Medina here against Talending. After they were pegged back in the 90th minute. And Hadim found the winner at the death, at the cusp of the game. Sise, Tongom Hadim. Jom spreading play. Marketer running in the Atogara. Sububayal Jaite. Jaite to Boise Dominic. Jaite to Sidi Keita. Landing Jata wants it. Great pass from Sidi Keita. That's part of his strengths. Long one. Was too close to the netminder. And here at the Box Palm Mini Stadium, it's scoreless. So Samga leading by 1-0. Later Kunda drawing 1-1 with SAO. So O'Connor's winning spirit looks to be dent after they lost to Elite last week at Basori football field, and today they are behind by a goal against Samga. A win for Samga also is adjusting them in the table as well. Seka. Out of camera. Adama Jata uses his physicality there against Pedro Jata. But the central referee's whistle was already up in there, saying this is a winnable game.
Yeah, definitely it's a winnable game, but the body language of our boys is not supporting that desire. They just have to be more hungry. I know the Ramadan is there. It has taken a toll on the players physically and psychologically as well. But I think this is a game they should have just given a push. We can just give a push and then get the 3 points. That's the most important thing, because right now Samga is leading, and I think it won't look very good for us. We just have to get the 3 points here.
Indeed, Abubakar Jaji is warming up too. Nema they call him. He did have an appearance at the Usman Sao football field a few weeks ago, but that was just a brief cameo. And Buba Mane too, who scored against Elite in this ground 2 weeks ago, is also warming up. Long one into the penalty area, Abdullah Conte jumps. Kamara coming in. That was not the best of balls, and Omar Keita gathered. The ball bounced just next to him, but he read it well. Haususane. Hausu could not keep that in play. There was some sloppy football from Haususane there. Alone, undeterred. Out for another water break.
Call it a shower break. It's not a cooling break, a shower break.
Shower break.
Because they're not gonna drink.
Nah. As we have 19 minutes of normal time to go. Still 19 minutes to find that important goal, son.
There's enough time.
That cutting edge has been the problem all season. Even the games Medina won, very few are part so many goals. I think the highest we score is 3 against Serekunda United on this ground. That final touch, that cutting edge should be fixed, son.
Yeah, I think we just have to work on that. We just have to be more clinical in front of goal. You know, coming to the final third is not our problem. Progressing from the back to the final third is not the problem. But that clinicality in front of goal is what is lacking, and I think the coaches just have to adjust in that area. The players also should be ready. They have to take responsibility, because at the end of the day, the coach can tell you what to do. You have to be creative. You have to be ready. You have to be hungry enough, because if you are a forward or a striker, you need to get the goals. So that should be their responsibility. It's a shared responsibility. The coaches do their job. You have the chances. You make them count. You have to convert the chances, because that chances that are converted will give you the point. So without converting the chance, it's just frustrating.
Yeah. And Pep Guardiola used to say, as a manager, I will not teach you how to score goals. I will teach you how to take the ball up to the final third. How to put it in the back of the net is your business. It's your job. It's none of my job. And Gaffer Abu Salah repeated the same words at the halftime break, that no one is going to teach you how to put the ball in the back of the net. It is your job to do in the final third. You got to be calm. Where are his words? Some armband shift now. It's landing onto the number 11 in the Kiseko Kamara for Wallidan. Who looks to be the original captain. Abubakar Jaju is coming in, so too Buba Mane. Susana chesting it down. Wallidan attacking in numbers now. Here they come. Here comes Kamara, their captain, running into the penalty area. Abdullah Conte was there, and he wins a throw for Medina. The defenders are playing with utter passion and fire and fall. The attackers got to do their job too. Bearing the ball in the back of the net is their only job now. Nothing else. That is the most difficult thing in football, though. But it is doable, sir.
Yeah, it's doable. It's just a matter of being hungry. It's just a matter of pushing. It's just a matter of being ready to do the job. So all they need to do is just to motivate themselves. They have to give that motivation to themselves, because the balls are coming, the team is playing. But if we have the chances, and if you're in a position to do that, you just have to make the better of, get the better of those chances. So it's important that we score goals, because by now all the games that we drew is because we didn't score goals. We are not clinical in front of goals, the goal. Even the games that we lost, if we had been clinical, by now we would have been a stretch between us and the second team. So we dropped very, very vital points, and it's not good.
It did not good. And Suwokona are losing, which means Medina could be one of the few teams to have lost just a game. Had him Gum going for goal. And the big lanky goalie was at the right place. He's ought to go along by his head coach. Does go along. Suakona lost the game. So Sang, at the minute, Medina are the only team. Holy Stars to lost just one game. To have lost just a game. Most of their games are on draw. Hadim Gom delivering a ball into the penalty area. Clear out by Wallidan. Here comes Kamara. Sekou Kamara, their keeper. Looking for Kekuta. For Wallidan. Back to this keeper Kamara. Who's sending it long to Mustafa Kamara. Abdullah Conte was there. He walks it out over the perimeter fence and out for a Wallidan throw. The first half was much more lively than the second. Is that as a result of the Ramadan?
Yeah, the Ramadan is a contributing factor, but I don't. Both Wallidan and Medina are not showing the body language from the players. You can see. I don't think there is that hunger or that energy, that type of push to show that determination, that intention to show that we really want this game. We really need the 3 points. Doesn't matter what is happening, because we expect players to have that edge when it comes to Ramadan or whatsoever. They have to be fit. So that's why you get prepared before the season starts for conditions like this. So I think that's not the ultimate excuse, definitely.
Indeed. Here comes Abubakar Jaju. Jaju was looking to go to the penalty area, but his through ball wasn't met in there. Well, Jaite intercepts, nearly lost that, but win it back. That was a heavy pass for Hadim Gom. Even with his hunger, it will be difficult to catch. Put it on his feet. Kamara looks for the Kamara square there for Wallidan. Adama Jata is tall. Winning it back to Sidi Keita. Keita to landing Jata. Jata looks for Buba Mane. Jata winning it back. Does well. Running into the penalty area now. Deliver into the far post. House Sane could not pounce. Hadim Gom keeping it in play now. Here comes Zubair Jaite. Jaite's delivery is down. House tried to keep it in play. Out for a Medina throw.
Using his body weight.
Yep. He has immense physicality in House Sane. And he got to make it count by withholding the opposition press. F1 inside Wallidan half now, except Medina's goalie. Sidi Keita turns. Bubayel Jaite wants it. Going for a first time delivery. But Samba Suare was there to gather with poise for Wallidan. Ada now attacking pace. Job. But Landing Jata was already back. And Buba Mane winning it back. Jata to Mane. Who tried to turn. Sidi Keita was there. He touched it out all the way to Mar Keita. Keita to Jata landing. Sidi Keita. Adama Jata turns to Sidi Keita. Medina are now showing in the urgency that Sang called for. Hadim Gom controls with absolutely sublimely. Face to face with, that is a free kick for Medina. Good call from the central referee. And free kick will be taken by Buba El Jaite on the deep left of the field. Visibly tired faces now, but faces that understand that they got to give their all in this final few minutes. Wallidan considered at the very last minute against Ouagadougou last week, and they wouldn't want a repeat of that. No one. The ball did hit the back of the net from Hadim Gom, but it wouldn't count.
What happened?
The referee believed there was an infringement there.
Did you see any push?
Not at all.
Was it reported to him by the AR
VAR possibly.
or the assistant referee?
Assistant referee, okay.
He didn't.
I don't think so.
So he just got a complaint from the players and then he called it.
He just saw a man down and went for a foul. I'm not sure there was enough contact,
That was not.
especially on a ball of such importance. Keita wants to jump. Wallidan managing to win it back. This one is a typical striker whose only eye is to put it in the net. A reminder of Erling Haaland? Maybe. Keita looks for Jaju. Who turns. All the way back to Lamin Cisse. Cisse to landing Jata. Jata looks for Hausa Sane. But great defensive clearance there. Adama Jata. With held up pressure, he's physical. He has everything a midfielder needs. And now it's a free kick for Medina. The foul should have been even earlier. He only left it long because the ball was still on his feet. CD is a good passer of a ball. He passes the way he wants. Had him go. First to face with the right full back. Buba El Jade was turning for a delivery. Hasu was alone, waiting for that ball. Kamara. They're going long. Mustafa Kamara this time. Wallidan having numbers into the penalty area, just 2. Against Medina's staggering numbers. He's a good player. The captain, he's calm and technically good. Pedro Jata, the first half captain, looking for the second half captain in Sekou Kamara. And that is rolling out for a Wallidan's corner. A corner out of nothing. These are the scary corners though. These are the one teams make the best use of. Who's running into tech? Is their number 11. Their captain in Sekou Kamara. Why was he on the bench? Why was he on the bench, Sekou Kamara?
Well, maybe maybe that's a tactical decision or something else. But I think sometimes you see very good players on the bench. Maybe he has an injury or he's just coming back from a suspension. But I doubt that. But coaches can explain better. Yeah, when they have their best players on the bench.
Indeed. Susane now. Buyoka Jaju giving him that option. That option came. Hausu obliged. Jaju wanting it back. Hausu still finding around the penalty area. Medina have array of new men into the penalty area now. Hausu does well. Buba Karjaju onto the gloves of Samasware. And onto the as he looks to go along to Mustafa Kamara. To Kendi Kasinyan. And the tall lanky striker in Kekuta Kamara could not keep that in play. Umar Keita switching play to Hadim Gom. Defensive header there by Armando. Armando Manga. Uba El Jate back to Hadim Gom. Gom. Heading in the pass. Preparing another substitution, and Mbai Nyang, number 5, is coming in. Kekuta was in an offside position, so right full back is coming out. Kende Kasinyan, Mbai, Jaju, Keita, Jata. Jata looking to go long. Abubakar Jaju is interested. And that would be a Medina free kick. Kendeka is making way for Mai Nyang. Mbai is a number 5. She coming back for the right back position. He has a good physicality and a good structure and looks to have that athleticism. So here comes a free kick in a very good position for Medina United. Mustafa Hayus will take this one from this angle. It's not available. Sidi Keita deputized. He has tall players to connect. Adam Ajata at the far post is definitely the target man. He looks to go long. The goalkeeper is definitely tall and lanky and covered his penalty area absolutely well with 5 minutes of normal time to go. And Samba Suare is down. Any team that plays Medina of recent come for a point. That's what I observe. From match week 10 to match week 15 today, any team that plays with Medina come for a point. That for me shows how far this team have grown. Just after 2 years in the country's second division, with one of the youngest players in the land, and they have won the confidence of so many giants. The FF Cup champion, the FF Cup crown, having its effect. They are today playing against the team that they got the FF Cup crown from. But even that team opting to sit back. Even that team, primary role is to guard their goal mouth. Landing Jata. You knew he would win that. Keeping it in play was the big question. It's out, which is to be taken by Mbainjang for his first touch in the evening. With his hands, not with the feet anyway.
Allowing them to build from there.
Delivery into the penalty area. That is a good chance. Abdullah Conte working it out. And now Wallidan are building up in the best way possible. They have the tall players. And that's out for a goal kick for Medina. You don't allow them to build up from those balls, Sang. They're very, very tall.
Yeah, well, I don't know why we are allowing them to build down the width of the field there. They are free. They are doing everything they want there. They have all the time. There was no pressure whatsoever. Two balls at this within a split second. So I think we just have to up our game. The last 6 minutes has not been good. So I don't know what is wrong.
Indeed, had him got some controls. Face to face with Mbai, he manages to cut him. A long ball to Abubakar Jaju, who is out for a goal kick. I thought that was a corner.
How is it out for a goal kick?
If it is not a corner, then a free kick. Abubakar Jaju is down. He looked to have been hit heavily anyway. Sisa was there. Back to Omar Keita. It's going long. Shaka. Jere Sanyang clearing his line. Lamin Sisa heading it down to Landing Jata to Sidi Keita. Abubakar Jaju is back on his feet. He'll be okay to continue. Good ball to Hausu Sane. At the edge of the box. He could not control Hausu. And the goalkeeper did control in Samba Suare. Abdullah Conte working it out. Almost just a minute to go. 4 minutes to be added on from the technical board. Pedro Jata. Abdullah Conte won it back sublimely for what could be one of the final push now. Buba El Jaite to Buba Mane. Sliding tackle there by Armando Manga there. Had him go winning it back to Buba El Jaite. Jaite wants it and gets it. Bubakar Jaju calling for that ball. Buba Mane turns. Mane connecting Hadim Gum on the deep left of the field. Gum manages to keep it in play. Looks for Buba El Jaite, who was running from the back, going for a delivery into the penalty area. Saka clearing is out. How did that go in? We wonder how, but it did go in. Buba Mane, 2 goals in 3 weeks. Finding the back of the net with polish. The goal was coming. It does arrive now. The FF Cup champions leading by a goal to nil at the Birkama Box by Mini Stadium. I have no idea how that went in, but it did go in, Sang. And 1-0, Medina lead.
I did tell you the last game that I don't know why Buba Mane is not always introduced early in the game, and you can see what I was talking about. He should be coming early in the game. He should be given more time to play, because I believe Buba is the future, because that creativity, that finishing touch, that magic foot, I think Buba deserves to be starting much earlier.
The goal came exactly in the 90th minute, and now there is 4 minutes to be added on. The fourth official board was already written before the goal came in, saying the fourth official was in front of me. I did not see Buba when he was touching the ball. I wonder how that already. I only saw the ball landing into the back of the net. Buba Mane.
It was a clearance and then he sent it back.
Wow, a rebound.
Yeah, a rebound.
He did score against Elliot exactly 2 weeks ago. Again, 2 weeks after, he scored against Wallidan. A team, the most successful team in the Gambia, with 39 honors, 16 league titles, 24 FF Cup crowns. Their final trophy came back in 2021 for the Gambia's FF Cup. They played the African Championship more than any other team in the Gambia. Established 4 years after the country's independence back in 1969. Their home venue was the Independence Stadium before it was closed down. A stadium, as per the records, enough to take up to 30,000 people. Lali Kande, or Yobo Kande, as per the tables, is prepared to come in. Is this his first appearance in the season? Well, it's time to defend the goal. Gomez, great tackle there by Lamin Sise. Out for a Wallidan corner. That was a solid hug from Abdullah Conte. Camara now wants it. Now there is the urgency for Wallidan. Now they understand that they have to go in all. From a defensive third to an attacking recycle. Not many teams in the world can do that. You got to be switched on now. Here comes the corner. Lali prepared to come in. That was not the best of clearance there from Lamin Sise. CD Keita does have a touch on that. Had him warm. Touching it back to CD Keita. Buba Mane now wants it. Final push now. Final access in the game. House's run was not the best. Adama Jaja, that was a good pass. Had him come now into the penalty area. Good pass. And House Saleh for his first goal of the season. You always knew that the goal will come. The first goal was the bigger problem. Gaffer Abu Salah told them at the halftime break, if you find the first goal, more will come. And House Saleh, he played for Young Africa last year at Banjul Third Division, scored 5 goals and has registered his first goal for Medina. March week 15 is coming with Abram. Medina leading 2-0 at the Birkama Box Mini Stadium.
Yeah, I did tell you that one of these days he's going to score a very beautiful goal, but that was a team goal. And you can see the work that Buba Mane did. He took his time, played it to Adama Jada. Adama Jada made a very, very good pass and had him go. His run down the line was beautiful. The pass, the layoff was beautiful, and then the finish was beautiful. So that's a very, very beautiful team goal. So now I think Harim, at least he will have something to his name, and that is good for his confidence.
Assist for Harim, goal for Buba Mane, goal for Haususane. The substitute worked.
Yeah, the substitution works. Like I told you, Buba Mane should always be coming early on, because he's the solution, and he's got that touch. Anytime.
And how important is this goal to Haususane?
Like I said, it's good for his confidence. He's young, he's new in the system, and I think it's also kudos to the coaches for having the patience, always keep on trying him. And today he has given the final nail on the coffin on Wallidan. Like I said before, Wallidan does not deserve to go home with anything in this game, because they are just flat. Their game is is just flat today.
The players coming in now in every game in the second half are giving a big question to the coaches.
Yeah, but it's like that. Subs are supposed to be super subs because you sit on the bench, you have the edge over the player that has started because you watch the whole game. You've seen the attitude of the opponent, you've seen what the opponent is doing, and you know exactly what the coach wants from you. So as you are coming in, you come with new instructions, and that is good for you. So it has to work. If the substitutions don't work, then the subs on the bench are not real subs.
Yep. Lally is originally a centre back, but for a moment looked to be deployed in the middle of the field in partnership with Sidi Keita, who for me is the man of the match. Sidi Keita, you agree?
Yeah, I agree. He has a decent game this evening. Very, very good game. If the game had ended, I would have given the man of the match to the goalkeeper of Wallidan because he kept them alive. Yeah. He kept them alive before we went to the break. He kept them alive when we came from the break, but he couldn't hold on. Like I said, they couldn't cope if we adjust. And the coaches adjusted, and we got the needed 3 points, and this is very important for Medina.
Match week 15, Kelvin Ablom, young team established exactly 6 years ago, are writing their name in the history of Gambian football. And today, with not the most convincing of victories, but the scoreline exactly repeats. So full time, Medina 2, Wallidan 0.